Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the final part of episode 29. Only 1 week away from Sacrifice, and our main event here tonight is going to be the charismatic enigma going up against the game. It's Jeff Hardy versus Triple H. We know that Triple H has been on a sadistic streak as of late, but will that be quelled by Jeff Hardy tonight? We will find out. And of course we know that Triple H has got a match against Sting, and a man who has a match at Sacrifice in one of the most personal encounters of his career. Here comes the big red machine, Kane. He always has his fans in attendance, and it's not hard to see why, because Kane recently has been on a mission, and that is to make the Viper, Randy Orton's life, a living hell, and he has certainly done that. Ever since Over the Limit, where Randy Orton kicked Kane in the skull and sent him out of action for quite a while. And Kane obviously here for one-on-one action, but, well, hang on. I was about to say he was ready for one-on-one action, but there you see the ambulance backing into our ringside area. It was, as we know, it is going to be Kane versus Randy Orton at Sacrifice in an ambulance match. And of course it was Kane who drove that ambulance on metal a few weeks ago, but who's driving that ambulance and why is it out here? Last minute prep for, oh my goodness, and now that door bursts open, and here you see the Viper Randy Orton hitting Kane off of that ambulance. And what the hell's he doing here? Well, we know he's going to go one-on-one with Kane at our next pay-per-view, and oh my lord, drop kicking that door right into the shoulder of Kane. And what the hell's this about? We know that Orton is going to go one-on-one with Kane at Sacrifice in an ambulance match, but now Randy Orton is stalking his prey. Oh my lord, the RKO on the top of the ambulance. The love of God, the Viper is snapped here. Ever since Over the Limit, Randy Orton has been on edge because of what has happened to him at the hands of Kane. And oh my God, look at this. The freaking tombstone on the top of the ambulance. Tombstone pile driver, using Kane's own maneuver against him there. Randy Orton is psychotic. He has been pushed over the edge, both mentally and physically, and last week was where Randy Orton must have said to himself, I can't let this go on any longer. Kane returned last week to take out Randy Orton, but tonight the favour has been returned and Randy Orton has levelled out Kane. They are going to go one-on-one at Sacrifice in an ambulance match, but tonight it is the Viper who's got the upper hand. Tonight Randy Orton has laid out Kane, and will it be a similar sight at Sacrifice? Only time will tell, but there you see in the backstage again, and well, there you see CM Punk. AJ Styles has been waiting all night long for CM Punk, and now he's not here, but I was about to say he wasn't here, and now he is, and it looks as if this brawl has gotten underway. Styles was waiting for Punk earlier, and now they're trading blows. And look at this. And now, oh my goodness, a rake to the eyes of CM Punk. Punk trying to choke out Styles. He wants to humiliate him. He wants to take away everything he has. Looks as if our cameraman has been taken down. But now AJ, oh my goodness, in the Anaconda Vice. Somebody's got to break this up before it gets ugly. And now they're pulled apart from each other, and the entire NLW locker room just trying to separate these two. AJ Styles has been waiting for Punk all night long, and now the locker room is separating them. They've got a match at Sacrifice as well. The Money in the Bank briefcase is going to be on the line at Sacrifice. It's going to be Punk versus Styles, and they've seriously combusted here tonight, but still to come, ladies and gentlemen. So chaotic in this final third, but it is going to be up next. Jeff Hardy versus Triple H in our main event. The final match before Sacrifice is up next. Sacrifice is only 1 week away from tonight, and it is going to be possibly one of the greatest pay-per-views we've ever had. Certainly a fantastic lineup for Sacrifice, and there are so many matches that have been made, including this ambulance matchup. We saw what can happen when Randy Orton wants to be vicious, but Randy Orton will get his hands on Kane, and vice versa in the ambulance matchup at Sacrifice. We've already seen tonight how those two will fare against each other, but also it is going to be for the Intercontinental title. Mr. Anderson has a victory over Chris Jericho, and Jericho has a victory over Mr. Anderson. They are tied one apiece, but it is going to be for the Intercontinental Championship Sunday. And it is going to be an X Division title matchup in the side, the Steel Asylum. Aries has a 1 in 6 chance of winning. You got to climb through the domed roof and escape. Aries, Daniels, Kidman, Kofi, Truth, and Sin Cara battle for the title. Who's going to get the world title opportunity? Who's going to get the ultimate goal? Money in the Bank contract on the line between AJ Styles and CM Punk. We've seen earlier how they were brawling in the backstage and took so many people to pull them apart, but they're not going to be pulled apart Sunday. And this is going to shred skin. It's going to make people bleed. It is Barbed Wire Massacre for the Hardcore title. Raven goes one-on-one with John Cena for the NLW Hardcore title. Barbed Wire Massacre. And Kurt Angle's never been pinned. He's never been submitted. Can Shawn Michaels be the first man to do so at Sacrifice? Shawn Michaels versus the Olympic gold medalist. And who can forget the main event? It is for the World Heavyweight Championship. Sting, his first pay-per-view title defense. It is against the former champion. The Game. Can Triple H reclaim the title he lost in the Triple Cage? Sting versus Triple H. World title. And despite the fact he has a rematch for the world title at Sacrifice, he still has to compete here tonight. Triple H, before he's scheduled to go one-on-one with Sting in the main event of Sacrifice for the World Heavyweight Championship, has another chance to prove his worth here tonight in our main event of NLW. Triple H will be taking on the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy in the final matchup before Sacrifice. And as Triple H makes his way to the ring, the way he's conducted himself in the past few weeks has been even more cerebral than we've ever even imagined before. We saw last week at the start of this program here tonight how Triple H used the sledgehammer to decimate Sting. We haven't seen Sting since, and we may not see him until Sacrifice. Because of how deadly that attack was, Sting not going to be able to show up. We don't even know if he's going to be able to compete at Sacrifice. Nevertheless, he is scheduled to, as is Triple H. But Triple H now has other things on his mind. He has the charismatic enigma on his mind. He needs to get focused for this matchup here tonight, because a win tonight would put him in a much better position heading into the pay-per-view on Sunday. Here is making his way to the ring, Jeff Hardy. He is a bizarre individual. However, he wanted to be careful here tonight. As crazy as he is, as death-defying as he is, he does not want to be in that position against Triple H, although Hardy showing no lack of confidence. He wants to get his hands on Triple H here tonight in a bad way, especially considering the fact that earlier tonight when Triple H was talking about Sting, Triple H also mentioned Jeff Hardy and attempted to throw him off his game a little bit. And now goes over right there and flips over the ropes, but now a massive punch by Hardy. Hardy has only had one episode here in NLW, and he's only competed in one match. He faced John Cena this past Wednesday on Metal and defeated him in his debut matchup. John Cena was one thing, but can lightning strike twice when he takes on Triple H right now? Oh my lord! What a damn spinebuster! Catching out Hardy in mid-air and slamming him to the mat. That hard concrete outside. Barely any protection right there. He is vicious, and it's only going to get more vicious, says Triple H as he goes back into the ring to work on Hardy again. He dived off the apron and attempted to connect with some sort of crossbody, but instead got caught out, but still manages to get on his feet and manages to stun the Game momentarily. And look at this right now. Oh my, vintage Jeff Hardy right now, and another drop kick to the face of Triple H. Hardy, although he's only competed in one match, he was very impressive this past week on Metal when he defeated John Cena. However, he's going to have to up his game a little bit if he's going to try and take out the Game, you'd feel. Triple H has been on a roll and hasn't competed since losing the world title, and look at this. And that might be due to the fact that he hasn't competed, that he got caught out with that Hurricane Rana right there. And now is Hardeere going to try and lay him some shots on Triple H, but Triple H catches him out. We're going to see a pedigree, but no. Dives over the ropes, and Hardeere doesn't look that strong, but he is. He's one strong individual. Can match up with anybody with his high-flying prowess. Tries to send Triple H into the steel steps, but gets Irish whip reversed into them. If Triple H can work on the back, perhaps, of Jeff Hardy, maybe Jeff Hardy can not use the high-flying maneuvers that he's used to. Triple H is obviously methodical right now, and look at this again. Viciously whipping him into the top turnbuckle and slapping him. That's obviously gone a bit too far, and he's telling these fans what he thinks of them. Hardy, though, gets back into this in a massive roundhouse boot right to the side of the jaw of Triple H, and now Hardy, although he's taken a lot of punishment in this matchup, he is going to be wanting to hit some maneuvers, and he's trying to go to the top rope. That is where he's at home. He may not want to be posing too far, but Triple H back up, and oh good God! Oh, what the hell? I wouldn't be surprised if he's broken a couple of ribs with that one. Jesus Christ! It doesn't make a lot for me to scream like that, but for God's sake, even a man like Jeff Hardy has got to feel the effects of that one. He pushed him rather, from the top rope to the announcer's desk onto the hard barricades out here, and he fell an amazing height. And now Triple H again going to try and work on Jeff Hardy at suplex, maybe working on the ribs of Hardy, and again a knee right to the head. Very methodical in his pace is Triple H, and that was an amazing maneuver. In fact, it was vicious. I can't believe that Jeff Hardy was still able to stand on his own 2 feet after what seemed like an incredible height that he fell. And now Hardy going to try and get out of this headlock, and he does. And now look at this, a massive vintage of the Hardy Boys there. Trying to get into this one is Jeff Hardy, and I'm surprised that he's still managing to compete here, because he took a hell of a lot of damage right now, and he's trying to go off the ropes, but again he's stopped in his tracks by the Cerebral Assassin, and the King of Kings is going to try and beat up Jeff Hardy here. As Triple H said earlier tonight, he was going to reclaim the world title on Sunday. He is certainly confident in doing so. I'm going to quote him right now, what he said earlier tonight: the King of Kings goes back on his throne, and if he competes like he does right now, we may indeed see another new champion crowned in the space of 2 or 3 weeks. Hardy sent outside now, and Triple H hung up in the ropes. Going to try and get some offense right now. Hardy is much beloved by these fans, and it's not hard to see why. You see the springboard moonsault by Jeff Hardy, but another kick out by Triple H. This is our main event of episode 29, the final matchup before Sacrifice. The Whisper in the Wind by Jeff Hardy, and Hardy throwing all of his arsenal at Triple H in one fell swoop. Is Hardy going to try and put it away with a twist of fate right now, but he's reversed and span around back into that DDT. This is Triple H's first matchup since losing the world title in the Triple Cage to Sting and The Undertaker. And Triple H now taking his frustration out on Jeff Hardy, choking him in the corner. And now again Irish whipping him with such force that Hardy's sent back down and picking him up again. Hardy goes behind though, and now he's going to try and hit a sleeper. Triple H trying for the sleeper, but again reversed. And now Jeff Hardy going to try and roll up Triple H for another shock victory, like he did against John Cena. Of course, he's trying to throw all of his moves at him again, and the double leg stomp right into the corner of the boots, connecting with the face. And now is Hardy planning on going for a swanton here. Looks that way, but another punch by Triple H. And now he's going to try and drag him in the ring with the pedigree, it seems, but now a twist of fate. Twist of fate by Jeff Hardy. He's on the top rope, and it may be put away now, but the swanton misses. And that may be all for Triple H, but no. Another forceful kick out by the charismatic Enigma. This has been one hell of a main event here tonight. Jeff Hardy, I can't believe he's still in this one after the abuse that he's taken throughout this matchup. We'll take a look back at this again. You see Hardy on the top rope, and look at the way his back just lands on the canvas with such impact, and Although he missed the Swanton bomb that time, he's not going to miss this time. Another manoeuvre that's really working on the ribs of Jeff Hardy, the spine buster. And now Hardy having a tough time trying to get back on his feet. And now you see Triple H here, wants to put it away with a pedigree, but no, he's rolled up. And now Jeff Hardy trying to go for a cover, but instead it's Triple H this time with the ring awareness to kick out and get out of the ring as fast as he can, but a baseball slide by Jeff Hardy. And now is Hardy going to go for the twist of fate on the outside, but he's reversed. Back first into the steel post. Again working on the ribs of Jeff Hardy as Triple H. Hardy trying to get back in the ring, but he's called out by the game. And the game with a pedigree. Jeff Hardy. And I was about to say, Jeff Hardy may be done for, and he is. And it's so unfortunate as well, because Jeff Hardy, coming off a huge victory against John Cena, couldn't repeat magic, and instead the game puts him away with a pedigree. Well, it's a shame. It's a real damn shame, but it just goes to show how vicious this Triple H has become. If this Triple H that has appeared here tonight shows up at Sacrifice, then we may well have a new World Heavyweight Champion on our hands. Well, Hardy went for the twist of fate, reversed into the steel post, and then it was Triple H who hit the pedigree for the 1-2-3 for the victory. Hardy may be downhearted here tonight, but you got to say, put on a hell of a performance. And although Triple H was on his A game, you might suggest here tonight he's gonna put even more into it at Sacrifice when he goes against Sting. But oh my, whoa, oh my lord, oh my god, it's that damn sledgehammer, it's that damn sledgehammer. Oh, for the love of God, it's that sledgehammer he used to attack Sting. And Triple H wants to send a message, for God's sake. He's going to try and end Hardy's career. Hang on. Well, I was about to say he's going to end it, but lights have gone out. What's happening here? Triple H has come face to face with his future. I can't believe that he's here. I thought Sting was still in the hospital. But Sting is showing Triple H that you cannot keep me down. He holds that World Heavyweight Championship high, but for how long will he hold it? This Sunday, it is Sacrifice for the world title. Triple H versus Sting.